My name's Jason Martin. I'm the worship minister here at Solid Rock. For almost 4 years I've been the worship minister. About 12 years I've been a part of the worship teams. It's been a really amazing journey, and it goes back even further than that for me. I want to start off with really emphasizing that God uses the weak to lead the strong. And what I mean by that is just from the very beginning, the first time I ever had a gig scheduled was about 21 years ago, and it was about the same time that I really trusted in God. And in that time, what happened was, I was faced with a really challenging situation where I was in the hospital for a really severe case of pneumonia. And in that time, they told my parents that I probably wasn't going to make it through that. It was the chances were really slim. They had no idea what was going on. But all that to say that I started off my singing career really with 1.5 lungs. They ended up having to remove a portion of my lung. So right from the get-go, climbing uphill is what it felt like, and eventually led me to Solid Rock. And through the initial first few years that I was on the worship team, I was still in the country music scene, doing my thing there, trying to make it, I guess. But that really wasn't me. I didn't like promoting myself or doing any of that kind of stuff. But once I took over the worship minister position, about the same time I started feeling some pain in my hips. And it started becoming worse and worse and worse. And as a lot of you know, you see me walking around here from Sunday to Sunday. It's gotten really bad. And what it reminds me of, though, aside from being discouraging and letting the human part of us really take over and be discouraged, I try to set my mind on the things above. And whether it's your hips or a severe diagnosis of something else, there's a song we wrote last year. It's called Remind Me, and we've been doing it here for a little while. The verse that comes from is Isaiah 26:4. You keep him in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on you, because he trusts in you. Trust in the Lord forever, for the Lord God is an everlasting rock. And that first line, you keep him in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on you, is something that, we wrote that as a team together to put out here in front of the congregation. But what an encouragement when you wake up every day with whether it be chronic pain or some kind of other affliction, when our mind is stayed on Christ, when our mind and our hearts are focused on God. There's nothing that we can't do that he calls us to. There is so much encouragement in knowing that peace and joy will come from resting in him. And I just want to encourage anybody else who's walking through something today. I'm going to be gone for about 12 weeks, recovering from double hip replacement. But it's an encouragement to know that God uses the weak to lead the strong. Just seeing Sunday to Sunday the Spirit move in this room, and getting to see the work that God has already done and has been doing, and knowing that he is faithful and he is continuing to work regardless of any situation. And then I see this and I know what I'm going through, and it excites me because I know that he uses the weak to lead the strong. And here's just another thing. God uses every bit of what he gives us to glorify himself. And I'm really excited and encouraged to see the work that God is going to continue to do here at Solid Rock.